Hi, second grade. I'm going to do a little read aloud for you today of the book that we've been using for our reading workshop called Meat Eating Plants, Toothless Wonders. Me and Miss Chadwick and Miss Swan were thinking about all the times when we use books for reading workshop, and you guys say, can we read the whole thing? So as I read this book, I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to make sure that you guys have a chance to hear the whole book because it's full of really interesting facts. So I'm going to read it to you on the screen. All right, this book is by Ellen Lawrence. It is called Meat Eating Plants, Toothless Wonders. Here's our table of contents. Okay. Trapped. A fly buzzing around a small plant lands on one of its red leaves. The insect doesn't know it, but it has just made a big mistake. It has landed on a plant called a Venus flytrap. Suddenly, the leaf snaps shut. The fly is now the plant's prisoner. Why do you think that the plant has trapped the fly? Venus flytrap, Venus flytrap hair, and this little fact over here says, some of the leaves on a Venus flytrap have little hairs. These leaves act as a trap by snapping shut when something, such as an insect, touches the hairs. You can see those pictures here. Meat-eating plants. The Venus flytrap caught the fly to get the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. Most plants don't get nutrients this way. They make them from the soil through their roots. Some plants, however, grow in places where there are few nutrients in the soil. These plants, such as the Venus flytrap, eat insects and spiders to get nutrients. They are known as meat-eating plants. How do you think a Venus flytrap gets the nutrients it needs from the animal's body? Here it says Venus flytrap, grasshopper, poor guy. A fly caught in a Venus flytrap, another poor guy. This fact says, one of the nutrients that meat-eating plants get from feeding on insects is nitrogen. Plants need nitrogen to help them grow, especially their leaves. Okay, goodbye fly. Once a Venus flytrap catches a fly, the leafy trap squeezes shut. Then the trap oozes juices that break down the soft parts of the fly's body. The juices work like the liquids that break down food in a person's stomach. As the fly becomes soft and soupy, the trap soaks up nutrients from the insect's body. After about 5 days, the trap opens back up, and all that's left of the fly is a dry shell. Venus flytraps live in the areas shown in red. They grow in places called bogs, where the ground is wet and soft. So it looks like over here they're on the east coast of California, on the east coast of the United States. Right here it says right here it says fly inside trap. You can see the shadow here. And this fact over here says, the leaves or traps of a Venus flytrap make a sweet liquid called nectar. Flies and other insects are attracted to the traps to eat the nectar. All right, food for energy. To live and grow, meat-eating plants don't just need nutrients from insects. They also need food for energy. They make this food using water, a gas in the air called carbon dioxide, and sunlight. They take in water from the soil through their roots. The water moves up through the plant's stems and is stored in their leaves. The leaves also collect carbon dioxide. Then, the leaves use sunlight to turn the water and the carbon dioxide into food. This one says leaf, stem, and roots. Venus flytrap plant. All plants use water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight to make the food they need. This process is called photosynthesis. Some meat-eating plants do not have traps. They catch insects in other ways. Try to think of some ways they might do this. A sticky end. Sundews are meat-eating plants that use sweet-smelling sticky glue to trap insects. Their leaves are covered in tiny stalks that have a blob of glue at the tip. When an insect lands on a sticky stalk, it gets stuck. The leaf quickly curls around its victim and covers it with juices that make its body soft and soupy. Then, the leaf soaks the nutrients from the insect until only its shell is left. Imagine that a friend of yours has never seen a sundew plant. How would you describe it? This says, a sundew leaf curling around a fly, sticky glue, stalk, sundew leaf, insect shell. Sundews live in the areas shown in red. They grow in wet places with spongy ground. So there's some in North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. They're found in many places in the world. The sundew's glue smells sweet. Insects land on it because they think it is nectar that they can feed on. Gotta switch sides. I can't switch sides. Shiny butterworts. Shiny butterworts. A butterwort plant has leaves that look like they are covered in nectar or water. When an insect lands on a leaf, however, it doesn't get a meal or a drink. It gets stuck. The leaves look shiny because they are covered in sticky glue that traps tiny animals. The leaves also make juices that turn insects into a soupy meal. Then, the plant can soak up the nutrients it needs. This says, butterwort plants. Here's some places that they live in, like North America and Europe and some parts of South America. It says here, hairs on a butterwort, a fly stuck on a leaf, fly stuck on a butterwort plant. This says, tiny hairs on a butterwort's leaves make the glue that traps insects. Different hairs make the juices that break up the animal's body. This says, a watery end. Some meat-eating plants drown the animals they catch. North American pitcher plants have a long pitcher or tube that holds watery liquid. The top edge of the pitcher plant is slippery. When an insect walks around the edge, it falls in and it drowns. The plant then soaks up the nutrients it needs from the dead insect's body. North American pitcher plants live in the red areas shown. They grow in places where the ground is very wet. There's lots of them in North America, especially in Canada, it looks like here. This is a picture of North American pitcher plants that says pitcher plant hairs, trapped yellow jacket, slippery edge of a pitcher plant, and the liquid. To stop insects from escaping, the inside of a North American pitcher plant has smooth sections and downward pointing hairs. If an insect tries to climb out, it slides back down into the liquid. You can see that on these pages. Trapped by a trick. California pitcher plants have rounded bubble-like parts above their pitchers. Insects crawl into the bubble to get the plant's nectar. When they try to find a way out, however, they get confused. The bubble has many see-through patches that look like an escape hole. Insects crawl from patch to patch trying to escape until they're worn out. Then they fall down into the pitcher's liquid and drown. Here's a picture of California pitcher plants. It says that they live in areas shown in red and they grow in places where the ground is wet and soft. They're mainly found in California, of course. California pitcher plant, see-through patches, insects crawl in here, leaves, pitcher. It says cobra snake over here, and let's read about why. California pitcher plants are also called cobra lilies because they are shaped like a cobra snake. The plants even have leaves that look like a cobra's forked tongue. So you can see how this guy over here kind of looks like this plant. Insects beware. Meat-eating plants have many ways to trap animals. Some use sticky glue while others drown their meals. Once an animal is trapped, the plant gets the nutrients it needs from the insect's body. Meat-eating plants may look pretty and smell sweet, but if you're an insect, they're deadly killers. Which meat-eating plant did you like best? Why? Sometimes rats and small lizards fall into large pitcher plants and drown. Then the plants eat these animals to get the nutrients that they need. Right here it says there's a rat stuck in a pitcher plant. That is a lot bigger than a bug. On these pages, they've got some science activities. There's also some science words like energy, gas, insect, nutrients, roots, and stalks, and an index. So that is the end of meat-eating plants. Please feel free to tell me what you thought in the comments. Maybe you learned something new or you enjoyed an interesting fact. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, second grade.